let's shift to the other doomed company here, but doomed in the sense that the Apple IDFA was going to crush them. They did not get crushed. In fact, they had some seriously monster earnings that nobody expected. The revenue increased 62%. And yes, I am saying this slow because it's absolutely insane. A company that's under fire by regulators, a company that's structurally under fire by regulators, and being cut off at the pass by Apple, or supposedly. And to be fair, we did see, well, Facebook had a good earnings, but their projections weren't great. They talked a little bit about that, but it's truly unstoppable. Now, did I say unstoppable? I think I did. It's getting a little bit over my skis there. But I like to talk about Google Cloud because we are tech analysts, and Google is growing on a rate that is faster than any of the cloud giants, albeit on a smaller base. But Daniel, I know you and I both appreciate that at least they've carved that out. Now, we don't know how much of it is IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS. My intuition tells me there's a lot of SaaS when you have things like workspaces out there, and they are significantly stomping on the gas pedal from an IaaS perspective. They grew 53%, but their losses were significantly narrowed here, and Google is on the run here, and we've got three huge players at the top there with AWS, Microsoft, and Google, and a lot of powerful folks who are vying for those fourth, fifth, and sixth spots when you're looking at folks like IBM and Oracle. And I can't put SAP in the cloud spot because technically they don't actually stand up their own clouds. So I'd have to probably put Salesforce in there.
Yeah, I mean, look, across the numbers, 61.88 against 56. The earnings were just absolutely mind-boggling. I mean, look, I'll put this out there, Pat. Wall Street, in some of these cases, has either become clueless, they've lost the plot, they have no idea what's going on, they're completely sandbagging for some reason or another, or don't understand the technology and the market and the transitory and secular demands that are going on in the marketplace. They could not, I mean, first of all, how do you miss by like 40% when your one job in most of the cases of these guys is to get that right? They're guided all the way up to the end. And so you come in at 27 plus against 19. And by the way, this is what happened with AMD. This is what's happening with Qualcomm. This is happening with Microsoft. These overshot, like I said, I don't think these companies are not trying to project correctly. I think they always want to outperform. We also are seeing a market now where even when you do perform, the stock sells off and the prices drop 0.5% on average on an earnings beat. So, the demand for digital and technology is massive. And I know we're tech, so we tend to focus on cloud, but all this stuff is tech. So going back to this IDFA say what, we had heard that Apple, by making it harder and more forcing greater amounts of opt-in, that all the other advertisers were going to get hurt. Google is clearly above the law here. Google said, you know what? I know you're Apple, but we're Google, and you aren't going to stop us from growing. They're guiding forward strong. Their traffic acquisition costs are not much higher given the growth in revenue. YouTube, I think, is on pace to be bigger than Netflix. I read this. It's about to surpass Netflix. So what's the story here? Google's on fire. Google is absolutely on fire. And I don't see that changing anytime soon.